We talked to the kids today about support system. That was one of the first things I talked to them about. And I got great answers. I said, who's your support system? The first answer I got, which made me cringe, was our friends. I'm like, oh, no, yes, but no, right? And then I got the greatest answer of all, first time I ever got it on a high school level. Who's the most important person in your support system? And this one child raised his hand and said, ourselves. And that's true, right? But we have to look at that differently, because right now, I would submit, as freshmen in high school, they're not empowered right now, okay? So the most important person in their support system now is you, absolutely. But this gets turned around. Why does this get turned around? Why does this happen? Why are they working to please the wrong person? Your love is guaranteed. They know, right? How many times have they screwed up and you still love them? How many times have they made mistakes and you're still there for them? And they're all posturing in school. I see it, right? They're all cool, too cool for school. Then they go home, mommy, rub my head. Mommy, rub my head, right? They all do it. Listen, I'm the same way. I see my mother like, mommy, rub my head, right? It's the same thing. We're all 12-year-old boys inside. I get it. But with you, they're not out to impress you anymore. They're more concerned about impressing other people. And that is where we lose influence. So I classified for them 3 groups of people that have influence over them. The first group I put, those who care deeply about them, even though they're not their parents. And who's in that group? Uncles, aunts, grandparents, cousins, coaches sometimes, students' assistance counselors, teachers, other people of influence in their lives that have a deep caring for your child, but still aren't your parents. The second group is those who care, but they're more worried about themselves. Who's in this group? They're friends, right? They're friends. They're like, oh man, I feel really bad for you, but don't bring it on me. I'm going through my own shit, right? And it's true, which is why we talk about the bullying behavior all the time, right? We talk about that bystander. And that bystander is like, well, it sucks to be you, right? And it's true in a lot of ways, like, listen, man, I'm just riding my time out. Don't bring me into this. So that while they may care about their friends, their main concern, and rightfully so in some ways, is themselves. And then, of course, the last group is those who don't care about them at all, don't have their best interest in mind. We'll pawn them off, we'll make a joke out of them, we'll make them do something just for their own pleasure and amusement or the amusement of others. Those are the scariest ones, right? But the ones I constantly draw a differentiation of is that second group. That second group. The third one's easy to recognize, albeit the fact that they may try to please that third group. That second one is kind of dicey. And the reason that is because they're more apt to go to their friends for advice than they are you. So we have to, at times, and that's not true for every kid, I don't want to make a broad generalization. I had good relationships with my kids. They came to me with the tough stuff. I know they did, but I also know there's a lot I found out by accident, right? There's a lot I found out by looking through that computer internet history. There was a ton I found out, okay? So they're not going to talk to us about everything. And so they're more apt to talk to their friends. So we have to kind of narrow the gap a little bit. The most important person in their support system, without question, I emphasize this today for them, was themselves. But, of course, they need the skills to succeed. That's the thing. And that's what we're about. We're about, as leaders of our children's lives, because you are, without question, leaders of your children's lives, we're about imparting those skills. Every good leader develops their people. And that's what we talk about when we talk about the inhibitors of success.